Leadership Forum, where she facilitates groups of students with disabilities to help develop their leadership potential and realize how they can overcome their own challenges. Sarah continues to conquer the challenges of everyday life with her positive, can-do attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sarah Goldman.
Thanks, Jim. I'm so excited to be here tonight, and such a great honor to be able to share my story with all of you. Again, I'm Sarah Goldman. I'm 20 years old, and I'm a junior at the University of Central Florida. In Orlando, I'm studying early childhood education, and I'm minoring in psychology. I was born with cerebral palsy, and my version is spastic quadriplegia, which means that my muscles are very stiff, and it also means that activities of daily living are a big challenge for me. Growing up, people always told me what I can't do, but I believe with a lot of perseverance that anything is possible. I grew up in Connecticut, where winters were very hard. The weather was very cold, and as I got older, all my friends would do activities like snowboarding and skiing, but I would be cooped up indoors. It wasn't very healthy. We decided when I was 13 that we were going to move to Florida, and I didn't know that this move would change my life. I'll never forget the first Halloween that I was in Florida. Since Florida is flat and much more accessible, I was able to go up to every door and trick or treat, because in Connecticut, every house has stairs. It was the best experience. I was also able to join an adaptive sports team called Paralympic Sport Tampa Bay. This organization has allowed me to try different sports like wheelchair tennis, track and field, and even skiing in Aspen, Colorado. Also with Paralympic Sport Tampa Bay, I learned how to swim independently. When I first moved to Florida and started with the program, I was using water wings to swim across the pool. And a year later, I qualified to go to the National Junior Disability Championships, where I won 2 gold medals. Wow. I didn't know that was possible for someone who was using water wings the year before. Also, I was able to represent the United States as an ambassador for the 2008 Paralympic Games in Beijing, China. I was chosen out of over 100 applicants and was one of 24 nationwide to go. Although I didn't compete, I was able to spectate and go to all the Olympic green places. I was able to watch opening ceremonies at the Bird's Nest and swimming in the water cube. I was also able to walk on the Great Wall of China, which is something I will never forget. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As senior year of high school approached, I knew that I wanted to go to a 4-year university. I was involved in high school and graduated in the top 15% of my high school class. I decided to go to Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton, but having a disability, I need help with activities of daily living, such as getting dressed, getting out of bed, etc. This was a very big challenge going away to college. I moved all my stuff in to Florida Atlantic University, but unfortunately there was nobody to help me. In the same weekend that I moved in, I moved back home with my parents. It was not something I was excited about. It was hard to see all my friends go away to school and that I was stuck at home for a semester, but I knew that there was a reason for it all. Although I recovered quickly, I decided to go to a community college for the semester so I can keep up with credits. And as I was there for the semester, I decided to reapply to my first choice school, which was the University of Central Florida in Orlando. The Able Trust was great in helping me make sure I had all the resources to be successful this time going away. Sure enough, everything worked together for my good, and in that January, I started off at ECF. It was the best birthday present ever. It was much closer to home, which made my parents feel a lot more reassured. Now that I'm at the University of Central Florida, I've been there for 2.5 years, and I absolutely love it. I've gotten involved on campus in a sorority. I'm also in the Education Honor Society, and as Jim said, I'm the Society of Scholars for Students with Disabilities president. Also, though, there are other challenges of going away from home. I have also had to fight with state agencies to stay at school with my personal care attendants. Some agencies have required me to go to Medicaid fair hearings, which has required fights and battles. But I'm happy to say everything has worked out, and I'm so happy to be where I am. Without the help of the ABLE Trust, I don't think I would be able to be successful at ECF. The ABLE Trust has changed my life in so many ways, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. I first found out about the ABLE Trust about 5 years ago, when I was a sophomore in high school. I remember my guidance counselor posted weekly email updates with scholarship opportunities and internships. I had never read any of her emails, so I don't know what made this week any different. I decided to open the email, and sure enough, the application for the Florida Youth Leadership Forum was in there. With only 4 days left until it was due, I figured I would apply anyways, because I had nothing to lose. I got accepted to the program, and I was so excited to go. But on the morning of leaving, I was crying the whole way there. It was my first time away from home, and I didn't know anybody going. And it also turns out, when I got off the airplane, my power wheelchair broke down. I just wanted to turn around and go home. But I have to say that the 5 days of that program was so beneficial. I met lifelong friends whom are still in my life today. My dad actually just added one of the girls to our cell phone plan because we're on the phone too much. And although we only see each other 5 days a year, I feel like some of these people at YLF know me better than my friends at home. Because we all have disabilities, we all relate to each other in a special way. Since going to YLF as a delegate, I've been lucky enough every summer since to volunteer my time as a staff member, where I facilitate groups of first-time students who were once like me. I love helping these students realize their leadership potentials in every way. This summer I had an opportunity to work with 2 girls. Both of their stories have changed my life. There was one girl who came into the Youth Leadership Forum with she was an amputee. She was missing an arm, and when she first got there on the first day, she didn't say anything. We would ask her questions, and she would occasionally nod, but that was it. And I made it my mission that weekend to get her to say something to me. I worked with her all weekend, and to all of our surprise, on the very last night at Reflections, she got up there and shared that for the first time in her entire life, she accepted herself as a person with a disability. And it brought tears to all of our eyes. There was also a girl in my group who pulled me aside on the last night and told me that she was adopted, and I guess when she was born, she had fetal alcohol syndrome, and her mother died when she gave birth to her. After that, her dad left her at an adoption agency stairs, and growing up throughout her life, she was transferred from foster home to foster home. She told me that YLF was the first time that she ever felt like she had a real family to belong to, and that she wanted to come for as many years as she possibly could. I realized then how much YLF really meant to me, and how special it is in my heart. I plan to go to YLF for as long as I can. I make sure that I rearrange my summer class schedule every summer just so I can be there. I can't imagine missing it any other year. YLF has also shown me that I want a career working with people with disabilities. Although I'm currently an education major, I definitely want to get my master's in either social work or psychology. I want to work with young people with disabilities, showing them that they can have a successful future no matter their obstacles and challenges. YLF has been such a great influence for me, and it will continue to impact a lot of lives for the years to come. Thank you again so much for having me tonight. If you have any